Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I pray all is well with you on this great Tuesday. It is September the 21st, and I'm glad to be amongst the land of the living, and I know that you are as well. And so if you are listening to this morning, God bless you all, God bless you all, God bless you all. Whenever you will have listened to this, God bless you all. For this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be made glad in it. What I want to talk about this morning, and I'm doing this a pre-recorded video because I just wanted to take the time and talk and not really have to interact and not really wanting to miss somebody that may comment on my Facebook Live. So I just decided to take the time here to make a pre-recorded video. So God bless you all, those that will listen to this later on. Also, I want you all, I haven't said anything about it on Facebook, but I have an actual YouTube channel. It is called Mr. M.R. God's Property. Mr. God's Property. And God's Property is all together. Capital G-O-D-S, capital P-R-O-P-E-R-T-Y. Mr. God's Property. That being said, God bless you all on this great Tuesday morning. Here goes what I have to say. What I want to talk about today is you can't live in shame forever. You can't operate in embarrassment forever. You can't walk around with your head held down forever. There comes a point in time in your life where you have to let it go and live. You have to let it go and live. You have to forgive yourself and live. You have to say, yes, I made a mistake, but I'm not going to be functional. I'm not going to be able to be functional and really have what God, really live out what God has for me if I have to continue to walk around here in shame and embarrassment. My brothers and my sisters, as I thought about this thing this morning, I was on my way back from the gym working out. So many times people live in a place of embarrassment, shame, walking around with their head held down because of a mistake that they've made in their past. Could have been yesterday, could have been yesteryear, could have been years and years ago. But for whatever reason, you continuously walking around with that horror of that shame in your heart, that horror of that shame in your mind. Every time you open up your mouth, it seeps out. Every time you look at something, you think about it. Every time you hear about somebody that had that same type of identity or had that same type of situation, made that same type of mistake, whatever it may have been, it comes back into your memory. And I come today to tell you that God knew that we would make mistakes, but God does not mean for us to dwell in those mistakes forever. I want you to know something today, my brothers and sisters. Shame and embarrassment will cripple you. It will kill you. It will stunt your growth. Yeah, sometimes God allows us to be found out. God allows us to be embarrassed so we can be humbled. But God does not intend for that shame and that embarrassment to kill us. So today, my brothers and sisters, I'm making this video to tell you, we all have made some mistakes. We all have done some things wrong. No, there's no grown man, no grown woman on the face of the planet that is perfect. Everybody has done something that they wish that they can take back, but you can't. Once what you have done has been already done, sealed, signed, and delivered, you cannot take it back. All you can do is plead to God for forgiveness. Ask the person that you may have wronged for forgiveness, repent from it, and don't make the same mistake twice. But for you to walk around in embarrassment for the rest of your life, that is not of God. That is not pleasing to God, and it's not healthy for your life. So today, on this September 21st day of 2021, make this be the last day that you walk around in shame. I don't care what you did. Let me tell you something, my brothers and my sisters. There are people that have made mistakes that were worse than yours, that have done things more catastrophic than what you have, that have created, did, murdered, stole, did way more, just egregious things that you could ever even think of. But you know what those people done? They served their time, or they didn't get caught, whatever the situation was. They get up every day, they dust themselves off, they put their clothes on, they lay in bed, they make money. They're not sad, they're not hurt, they've been, they've been introduced back to society. If they made their mistakes in jail, now they're living productive lives. They've forgiven themselves. They're not worrying about who's mad at them no more. They're not worrying about the families who lost loved ones. No matter how sad it is, guess what? If God can forgive them, so should we. And they're not even worrying about forgiveness no more. What they do every day is they get up, they start over another day, they add on to what they have, they function, they live. They're no longer living in yesterday. And let me tell you something. Stop allowing your mistakes to keep you from prospering. Don't let nobody put you in a box any longer about the mistake you made. Yeah, you made a mistake, but guess what? You've grown from it. You've heard about it over and over again. It's time for you to pick yourself up, dust yourself off and say, yeah, I did wrong. Yeah, I made a mistake. Yeah, I said some things I shouldn't have said. But are you going to forgive me, or are you going to continue to beat me with it? If you're going to continue to beat me with it, I can be beat by myself. You understand what I'm saying? It comes a point in time in your life where you got to say, listen, I messed up, but I'm not going to continue to walk around here being a punching bag, feeling like I'm being bullied, feeling like I'm being stomped on, feeling like I'm being ridiculed every day of my life. Come on, my brother or my sister. Stop living in that jail. That is a prison. That is a doggone. And what you're doing, you allowing somebody to be your warden. You allowing your situation to be your warden. You go to sleep with it. You wake up with it. You think about it in the midnight hours. You can't even forgive yourself. When will you get to the point where you say, I'm about to forgive myself? I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of living in this prison cell. And I'm gonna tell you something. You do not have to be awarded to the state or federal detention center for you to be a prisoner. Guess what? You can be a prisoner of your mind. You can be a prisoner of your past. You can be a prisoner of what's in your heart. You can be a prisoner of your mistakes. Shucks, you can be a prisoner of your own success, depending upon how much you allow it to go to your head. Let me tell you something, y'all. As I get ready to come to the end of this video, stop allowing your past mistake or mistakes to be the reason why you walk around here in shame and embarrassment. Every day that you walk around here with that ball and chain on you, you stop yourself from getting to the place that God has intended for you to get to. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, there's a man in the Bible by the name of Saul who was converted to Paul. Paul made so many mistakes. He persecuted Christians. He killed people, all because he didn't want to believe what Christians believe. And so he was on a mission to kill as many Christians that he could. But God blinded Paul on the road to Damascus. And then Paul was, Saul that is, he was, wait a minute, I'm trying to get over. But he was made new. He was turned into a new creature. He went from being Saul and converted to Paul. So today, my brothers and my sisters, you got to stop living in that shame. Now, one thing about it is when Paul changed, listen to me. When Paul changed, he changed forever. He didn't make the same mistakes over that he once made again. When God entered into his life and he was blinded on the road to Damascus, and when God gave him sight 3 days later, come on somebody, he did not ever again persecute Christians again. So he learned from his mistakes. He got things right with God. And let me tell you something. I'm not trying to make this into a spiritual conversation. But once you get things right with God, once you have repented and you have confessed your problems to God, once you have made amends with the people that you have wronged, there's nothing else that you can do. You can no longer be a criminal of your past. Now it's time for you to look towards the future and let it go and let God. So today, I'm going to end this right here. Forgive yourself. Let go of your shame. Stop walking around with embarrassment in your heart. Hold your head up. No, not in malice, not in conceitedness. Hold your head up in humbleness and say, yes, I made a mistake. But if God can forgive me, so should you. And at the same time, once you have made that declaration, also forgive yourself, because it comes a point in time where you got to let it go and let God. So today, I don't know who I'm here for. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. It could be family. It could be a spouse. It could be a significant other. It could be a long lost friend. It could be somebody that you wronged years ago that you asked to forgive you, that it wants to continue to hang that thing over your head and cause you to walk around here feeling guilty. It's time out for that. It's time out for that. You cannot live your best life walking around here in shame. Let it go. It's time for you to. Because a lot of times people will hang these shades over your head so your light can't really glow. And if you ever seen a lamp, most lamps have shades. And when you turn that light on, yeah, that light will protrude out the top and out the bottom. But the real essence of that light is behind that shade, because it cannot really glow like it should, because that shade is blocking some of the light. It glows a little bit. But if you remove that shade, then the fullness of that light illuminates and really comes out. So what I'm saying is, how long will you allow your light to be hid behind some shade because of shame? Let it go so your fullness can illuminate. It's time out for you being shamed. It's time out for you walking around holding that embarrassment. It's time out for you living in the past. It's time out for you allowing people to make you live in the past. Let it go. Forgive yourself. And guess what? Once you forgive yourself, you got to, you have to, you must make them forgive you also. So God bless you all this morning. Have a wonderful Tuesday. And may the grace of God be with you and for you. I want to say this real quick. As I said it earlier, I have a YouTube channel. I've had my channel now for about maybe 6 years. And I got my channel primarily because I wanted to subscribe to channels that I like, listen to certain people, and when they would go live or make a video, I would receive a notification. Therefore, I wouldn't miss what they were talking about. Mostly, I had subscribed to pastors because I love to hear preaching. And my favorite YouTube vloggers and things of that nature. But long story short, what I'm asking you to do is look me up on YouTube. I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm just on there to have a little fun and to also inspire and to encourage. That is what I'm on there to do, and to motivate people to do and live their best life. That is what I try to live every day. I don't always get it right, but I do the best I can with what I got and what God has put on the inside of me. And I want you to know something today, my brothers and sisters. Even though you made mistakes, forgive yourself. God has put a gift in you, and you got to recognize that you are gifted. But your gift can't not really shine through if you're going to continue to walk around in shame and embarrassment and living in your past. Come out of that bag and go into the bag that God really has for you. You can't even receive the bag because guess why? You're so busy living in the bag from the past. Let it go. Get to your bag and get it by the grace, mercy, and favor of God. Again, let go of that shame and embarrassment so you can truly live. God bless you all. Subscribe to my channel, Mr. God's Property. Mr. God's Property. Subscribe to my channel. God bless you all on this wonderful Tuesday, September the 21st, 2021. May the grace of God be for you. And know that this right here, what God has for you, it is for you. It's not for nobody else. You are tailor-made. Your blessings are tailor-made. Therefore, the blessing that God has for you has been tailor-made for you. Take care. I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. And guess what? There's nothing that you can do about it. Take care.